Hello everyone. In today's journal club, we will be discussing about an NEJM article published in July of 2020. And the article is ticagrelor and aspirin or aspirin alone in acute ischemic stroke or transient ischemic attack. And my moderator is Dr. Banu Srinath. Coming to background, trials have been conducted to evaluate the use of clopidogrel and aspirin to prevent stroke after an ischemic stroke or transient ischemic attack. And in a previous trial, ticagrelor was not better than aspirin in preventing vascular events or death after stroke or TIA. However, the effect of the combination of ticagrelor and aspirin on prevention of stroke has not been well studied yet. Hence, this study was conducted to evaluate the effect of combination of ticagrelor and aspirin versus aspirin alone in patients with acute ischemic stroke or TIA. Among patients with an acute ischemic stroke or transient ischemic attack, the risk of subsequent ischemic stroke is approximately 5 to 10% in the first few months. And in such patients, aspirin has been used to prevent a stroke. And two trials have been conducted, which has shown that the combination of aspirin and clopidogrel reduce the risk of stroke and other major ischemic events in this population. However, efficacy of clopidogrel is uncertain because it requires hepatic conversion to its active form through a pathway that is inefficient in 25% of white and 60% of Asian patients. Ticagrelor is a direct-acting antiplatelet agent that is not dependent on metabolic activation, and it reversibly binds and inhibits the P2Y12 receptor on platelets. A trial of ticagrelor alone in patients with acute ischemic stroke or TIA did not show any benefit over aspirin preventing subsequent cardiovascular events, which included stroke, myocardial infarction, or death. In an exploratory analysis of that trial involving the subgroup of patients who had received aspirin within 7 days before randomization, the treatment with ticagrelor may have reduced the risk of major vascular events. Uh, this finding suggested that the effect of aspirin received before entry into the trial might have persisted for several days after treatment, and that the combination of ticagrelor and aspirin may prevent subsequent strokes. Hence, the acute stroke or transient ischemic attack treated with ticagrelor and ASA for prevention of stroke and death HALES trial was designed to test the hypothesis that 30-day treatment with ticagrelor and aspirin would be superior to aspirin alone in reducing the risk of a subsequent stroke or death among patients with acute non-cardioembolic cerebral ischemia. Uh, this trial was multicentric, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled, parallel group trial. It was conducted in 404 sites in 28 countries. Eligible patients were at least 40 years of age and had either a mild to moderate acute non-cardioembolic ischemic stroke as determined according to the clinical judgment of the investigator with a NIHSS score of 5 or less, with higher scores indicating more severe stroke, or a high-risk TIA as determined according to a score of 6 or higher on the ABCD2 scale, or symptomatic intracranial or extracranial arterial stenosis. The components of the ABCD2 strokes risk score are age, blood pressure, clinical features, duration of TIA, and the presence of diabetes mellitus. Randomization occurred within 24 hours of the onset of symptoms or in patients in whom the stroke was evident on waking up from sleep within 24 hours from the time at which patient's condition was last reported to be normal. All the patients underwent magnetic resonance imaging of brain before randomization to rule out intracranial bleeding or conditions other than cerebral ischemia uh, that could account for the neurological symptoms or contraindicate trial treatment. Patients were not eligible for participation if intravenous or intraarterial thrombolysis or mechanical thrombectomy was planned within 24 hours before randomization, or if there was any planned use of anticoagulation or specific antiplatelet therapy other than aspirin. Additional other exclusion criteria included hypersensitivity to either ticagrelor or aspirin, a history of atrial fibrillation or ventricular aneurysm, or a suspicion of cardioembolic cause of TIA or stroke, planned carotid endarterectomy that required discontinuation of the trial medication within 3 days of randomization, any known case of bleeding diathesis or coagulation disorder, a history of intracerebral hemorrhage, a GI bleed within the past 6 months, or a major surgery within 30 days before randomization. A total of 11,073 patients were enrolled within 24 hours of symptom onset, and 11,016 patients were randomized in a ratio of 1:1 to receive either combination of ticagrelor and aspirin or placebo and aspirin. So 5,523 were assigned to ticagrelor plus aspirin, and 5,493 were assigned to placebo plus aspirin. So patients either received loading dose of oral ticagrelor 180 mg given as 290 mg tablets, or matching placebo as soon as possible after the randomization. Subsequent maintenance doses of ticagrelor was 90 mg or placebo, which was given twice daily and was administered approximately 12 hours apart for the remainder of the 30-day treatment period. In addition, patients also received a loading dose of aspirin. A dose of 300 to 325 mg was recommended, with lesser doses if patient had already received aspirin after symptom onset but before randomization. Coming to outcomes, the primary outcome was a composite of stroke or death in a time to first event analysis from randomization through 30 days of follow-up. Stroke included ischemic stroke, hemorrhagic stroke, which may be either symptomatic intraparenchymal, intraventricular, or subarachnoid hemorrhage, and stroke of undetermined type, and death included all causes of death. The secondary outcomes included first subsequent ischemic stroke expressed as a hazard ratio and disability measured as a score of greater than 1 on the modified Rankin scale. And the exploratory outcomes included disabling stroke, a score of more than 2 on the modified Rankin scale at the end of treatment visits in patients with subsequent stroke. And the scores in the modified Rankin scales range from 0 to 6, with 0 to 1 indicating no disability, 2 to 5 indicating increasing disability, and 6 indicating death. Safety outcomes included the first severe bleeding event, which is a primary safety outcome, a composite of the first intracranial hemorrhage or fatal bleeding event, the first moderate or severe bleeding event, premature permanent discontinuation of the trial treatment owing to any bleeding, and the incidence of serious adverse events and adverse events leading to premature and permanent discontinuation of the treatment. Coming to the results, the primary outcome, which was a composite of all stroke or death, occurred in 303 patients in the ticagrelor and aspirin group as compared to 362 patients in a placebo and aspirin group. Uh, in an analysis of time to event, the hazard ratio was 0.83. The severe bleeding events were more common in the ticagrelor group, with 28 incidences of intracranial hemorrhage and 11 fatal bleeding events, versus 7 intracranial hemorrhages in the placebo and aspirin group and 2 fatal bleeding events. The disability scores were common in both groups, with 1,282 in the ticagrelor group and 1,284 in aspirin group. So coming to discussion, in this international randomized trial, patients with mild to moderate acute ischemic stroke with an NHS score of less than equal to 5 or high risk TIA, who were assigned within 24 hours of symptom onset to receive 30-day treatment with ticagrelor and aspirin, had a lower risk of stroke, and the benefit was observed with ticagrelor aspirin group with respect to the incidence of secondary outcome of subsequent ischemic stroke, which was lower than with aspirin. However, a benefit was not observed with respect to the incidence of overall disability, which was equal in both the groups, and ticagrelor aspirin was associated with higher risk of severe hemorrhage and cerebral hemorrhage than aspirin alone. Uh, the results of this trial are similar to those in the POINT trial and the CHANCE trial, which compared the clopidogrel aspirin with aspirin alone in patients with acute minor stroke and TIA. In POINT trial, uh, it was found that the incidence of major ischemic events was 5% among patients who received clopidogrel aspirin and 6.5% among patients who had received aspirin alone. In the CHANCE trial, the among those who received the clopidogrel based regimen, The incidence of minor ischemic stroke or TIA was 8.2% compared to 11.7 among those who received aspirin alone. So coming to conclusion, in conclusion, among patients with mild to moderate ischemic stroke or high risk TIA who received a combination of ticagrelor and aspirin, the risk of stroke or death was lower than that among patients who received aspirin alone. The incidence of overall disability was similar in both the groups, and the risk of severe hemorrhage was higher among patients who received ticagrelor or aspirin than those who received aspirin alone during the 30-day treatment period. Thank you.